It's me. I'm the one out here putting the work in behind the scenes trying to save crypto while these devils, Sam Bankman-Fried, Brian Armstrong, they're trying to permanently ruin it. This is not about money for me. I hope you guys understand this. I'm here fighting for you. It's me. This guy with these freaking glasses on, this douchebag, is out here trying to tell you that only the suits know what to do.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're taking a look at potential airdrops of tokens from the Solana ecosystem. So there's a load of protocols that have launched on Solana. They don't currently have a token released. There's a lot of speculation that there may be a token released, or some have confirmed, and they have a kind of rewards program up and live. So I do want to check some of these out. I think they're probably very plus EV due to the fact there's not too many people interested in Solana at this point. And so the airdrops could be more substantial than the likes of, some ZK layer 2 that everyone's farming and their dog. So we have 7 protocols to go through here. We'll keep it sharp and snappy and we will crack on straight away. Make sure you do subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, you find value in it. So the first one here is called MarginFi. This is essentially, as they say, the lending foundation for DeFi 2.0 on Solana. Let's not talk too much about DeFi 1.0 on Solana, aka SBF, investing in all the seed rounds and dumping on retail. But essentially this is kind of like an Aave but on Sol. But you can also get in at the ground level here and just start farming these tokens. So they've got margin points. So of course, points make prizes, prizes being the airdrops. So you're going to get points credited for your activity on the margin ecosystem. So this is if you're borrowing or lending out tokens. So essentially it says all points are equal, but bigger is better and longer is also better. So all deposits on MarginFi earn points. It says 1 point per dollar per day. And then for borrowing, so if you want to borrow some assets, you earn 4 points per dollar borrowed per day. So a 4x multiplier on that. So maybe you want to do some borrowing and some lending on here to maximize the points. There's also a referral scheme as well if you want to refer some users, and this means you can get 10% of the points they earn additionally. So people are racking up some serious points on here so far. This started around July 3rd, July 4th, but still ongoing, and I do think it is worthwhile getting involved with this, and you can track your points all on the screen. As you'll be able to see on your screen, claim the UXP points. These will build up on a day-to-day basis. So what we have is a lending protocol and a borrowing protocol. Here you can see the tokens available. Solana, then Jito Sol. We'll do some more on this in just a moment. So this is an LSD, as is MSol down here as well. And of course, ST Sol from Lido as well. So those are liquid staking derivatives of Solana. That is a big narrative that I believe will flourish on Solana here at some point. And this one is really interesting because the actual limits they've set on here, so the limit has been reached on Jito Sol, 100% capacity there. They did release some more limits yesterday, i.e. some more capacity, but it filled up literally in like 20 seconds, which is pretty damn crazy. So there's a lot of demand for this, and obviously quite a lot of people are actually farming on here as well. You can see total supply, $20 million worth of assets on here. So you either come here, you lend some tokens, i.e. give them to the borrowers, or you become on the borrow side here and start to borrow maybe some Solana tokens, and you can see all the various APRs. So how am I going to farm this? I'm going to deposit some tokens, probably mint some Jito Sol, lend those out to others, and then maybe on the flip side borrow some Sol and even flip that into more Jito Sol, and then just flip that into another lend as well to try and get those points up. So that's how I'm going to play this one. I'm seeing a lot of excitement around MarginFi online. And just to show you the other tabs here, they do have a swap page as well that dips into Jupiter. They've also got earn here as well. So you could actually deposit funds for a 6-month duration. Not something I'm willing to do, but I will just be borrowing and lending over on MarginFi. So that is the first protocol to go through. Now we're moving on to the trading elements. We've got perps and dexes here. So Cypher Protocol is the first one to look at. Again, this one does have a confirmed airdrop for participation here. So it says everyone is now able to deposit, lock, and earn interest in the liquidity incentive program. So they obviously want you to start depositing tokens into their protocol so people can borrow against them to do leverage trading. Depositors will earn standard APY for lending pools on Cypher and Cypher token rewards as well. You can see a bit of a breakdown here from the diagram. 1.5 Cypher tokens per $1 of USDC deposited, 1 Cypher tokens per $1 of Sol, and $1 of ETH deposits on there as well. So this is what Cypher looks like here. You can see on the left hand side trading, your portfolio breakdown, any borrows you've got outstanding, your positions, the orders, and your account, and points down here, points making prizes, the Cypher token airdrop. Also, you can see the perps of a Solana, Bitcoin, and ETH, and then spot trading for Sol, roll bits on there, MSol, that's a marinade Sol, ETH, and Bonk on here as well. Pretty standard interface. This is all, of course, on chain. Decent feel about it. I'm going to do some trading on here to try and get some points up and maybe do a small borrow of some assets on there as well. From the borrow tab, this is the borrow and lend essentially, or they call it instead of lend, deposit. And this is where you can put in some assets and get involved in these various pools. So they're doing these kind of liquidity incentives, want people to deposit on here, start trading on here, and then potentially you're going to get a decent airdrop from this one, depending on how much funds you have to play with. Of course, this will all be proportional. All of these will. So if you're a whale, you're likely to do very well out of these things. But getting in at the ground level with very little cost, it's just an opportunity cost of playing with these things, I think is a pretty good deal. And I'd also like to point out the fact that just by coming and playing with these dApps, like how many people do you think on like crypto Twitter, etc., are actually bothering to play with these things from the ground? 0 points. I personally don't think it's all that many. So you're going to get an edge in the market as well by trying to find out what is the best perps DEX here on Solana, which one has the best feel, all that kind of stuff. It's good market data for yourself for the future. Now, next up is Drift Protocol. This one is super interesting in my mind. It says trade on chain with leverage, borrow, lend, and earn yield safely as well. There's a cool insurance module on here with some great APYs for those who are willing to put down, especially USDC, into the pools. Up to 10x leverage on here. Let's jump into the main interface. I actually really enjoy the interface on this one. I think it is super slick. You can see on here we got perps for the likes of XRP, Sol, Bitcoin, ETH, Aptos, Bonk up to 4x, Matic, Doge. You can see a lot of different pairs on here, which I think is more of a degen's paradise. And I think this one is pretty damn good in my opinion, as it's offering a great variety compared to some of the other markets available on the other perps dexes. You can also trade spot on here. And if we go to the borrow tab as well, this is where you can borrow some tokens to do leverage. It will keep you up to date with your account health on here as well. And you can see the available amounts that can be borrowed from these various tokens in this part here. And here is where the interesting bit is the earn yield. Then go to the insurance fund staking. It says stake your assets into an insurance fund, vault and earn a portion of the fees from perps trades, borrows, and liquidations. The insurance fund is the protocol's backstop, so there will be some risk against this. But as you can see, if you did want to deposit some USDC in here, the APR is super high, 24%. That will be in real yield on chain on this perps dex at Drift Protocol. I think that is pretty damn enticing. So this one certainly is one that I'm gonna be experimenting with, and I think this, in my opinion, is currently my front leader in terms of my spidey senses going off. I think that this one is pretty damn cool. Over in their Discord, these are the ones who have also brought out Super Stake as well. So this is in collaboration with MSol from Marinade Finance. So this is where you can actually lever up your staking yields. So if we go to the tab, which is superstakesol.com, what you can do is here deposit MSol and then gain leverage up to a maximum of 3x. Maybe you don't want to slide it up too far, just in case there is risk of liquidation. If I just pull this over a bit. Essentially what you can do is 3x your yield on any Sol deposits by utilizing this protocol. Again, I think this is part of the potential airdrop coming from Drift. So participating on the perps dex itself, maybe using the insurance fund and also depositing some MSol here and levering up your yields. I think you want to do all of these various steps to maybe maximize the rewards you can get from the airdrop. And this is certainly one that's on my agenda here. The APR, if you do max it out, goes from roughly 7% up to around 11.3% there. Then last up on the perp dex front is Zeta Markets. So these ones have Mad Lads with a joint promotion here. Mad Lads is a popular NFT collection on Solana. They've actually got a bit of a promo video in here, which is pretty cool. And so there's this kind of trading competition between like fractions of teams. So you could sign up to a various team and then start to pit your wits or trade against the others, trying to out ROI them. They've also hinted at this: wouldn't it be crazy if we dropped our new points reward program immediately after the Mad Wars? So points making prizes, i.e. potential airdrop for Zeta Markets. Here is the interface. Pretty simple, pretty standard. What have they got? They got Sol Perps, Bitcoin, ETH, Aptos, and Arbitrum on there. So a decent little offering, nothing too crazy, pretty damn simple. Go long or short on these various assets and use the sliding scale over on this side to actually ramp up the leverage. You can see the rewards tab up here, so unlock rewards through your trading performance. So this is where you'll actually get the points boosters, and you can see this epoch ends in around 2 days. There's also referrals tab on here as well. If you've got a good social following, maybe you want to start promoting these kind of things and earn some of the cash back on the trading fees of those underneath you. And finally, if we go to the trade tab up here, you can see perps is live, but futures and options are coming as well. So temporary disabled, but you can see more product offerings down the line coming here for Zeta Markets as well. So definitely want to have your eyes on, come and play with it, trade on it, and then potentially get an airdrop and just see if you like it. Now we do have some LSD Fi stuff on here as well. So liquid staking derivatives of Solana, MSol, BSol, Jito Sol, those kind of things here. So just a note, over on Solana, 70% of the tokens are actually staked. So 388 million Sol are staked, which is pretty incredible and shows you the kind of capacity for this market to really be pretty damn massive. But as it stands, we've got a few staking derivatives that are doing quite well. But I think there's a big market here that can be tapped into. So the first one is Jito Sol. This one has a TVL, I think around 25 to 30 mil in terms of the staked Sol on there so far. And this one allows you to earn MEV rewards through JitoSol's liquid staking pool as well. So MEV rewards on top of the staking rewards. And this one's got a good TVL growth as of recent. So this is one to keep an eye on. Not currently got a token, but this is kind of alluded to a little bit. And people are saying, look, play with this thing and you will maybe get the Jito token when it goes live. So this is pretty cool in my opinion. A lot of things going on socials. And as you can see, the MEV rewards so far, 2,513 through these guys as well. So pretty cool stuff. Kind of reminds me of Redacted over on ETH. Now I'll just pull this across. This is where you would stake your Solana here for the Jito Sol token. So you come here, deposit your Sol, and then get Jito Sol. APY 7.75%. That will accrue to the Jito Sol token. So it does trade slightly above 1 Sol, and that will continue to go up over time. You can harvest the MEV rewards as well from there. So a bit of a double in one. They've recently got Jito Sol listed on the likes of Mango Markets. And as we saw earlier, they recently got added to MarginFi as well, where the caps have just been sold out instantly. So I think once those caps get increased on MarginFi, you'll see even more Jito Sol get minted. TVL goes up. This token's likely to accrue more value once it does get live and listed. Again, just one to have on the radar because the growth for this one has been pretty impressive over the last couple of weeks in particular. Then we have Blaze staked Sol. So this one is the BSol token. If we just go to their Twitter profile here, solblaze.org, they say to help Solana become more decentralized while supporting the Solana ecosystem. Essentially, it splits your stake up amongst a load of different validators to help the network stay more decentralized. What does the interface look like? Well, this is it. You would come here and you would start staking your Sol by depositing Sol into BSol. 7.41% is the APY on that. The interface, pretty simple to use, pretty intuitive, maybe a little bit clunky here. But again, the token is coming, as you can see from the roadmap here, announced BLZE airdrop. This has not yet formally taken place, so therefore it makes some sense to take some of your Sol, stake it for BSol, and then get yourself eligible for the BLZE airdrop once that goes live. The BLZE token will actually govern the treasury and be part of the DAO structure in there. So it will have a use case within this LSD ecosystem here on Sol. That is the last LSD one. Let's move on to the final airdrop hunt here, an NFT one. So this one is called Night Market, potential Magic Eden competitor coming up here. Mama, we made it. It's here. Night Market is open to the public. So if you want to come and trade maybe some Mad Lads NFTs or something else, come and check these guys out. As they state down here, you're early, start listing and trading on Night Market to earn an airdrop of Source. The token will be called the Source token. You can see there's collections available on here thus far. Quite a few NFTs have been listed. And so if you are into your NFT collections here on the Solana ecosystem, why not trade on here and get some source for free? So those are the 7 protocols that I found here with tokens pending, hopefully coming to us soon. This could spark a bit of a DeFi summer here on Solana. If there's a lot of money flowing on here, it stands to reason that the whole ecosystem does very well off the back of that. So I hope this one is put well and truly on your radar. Let me know which of these you're keen to get involved with, what caught your eye, and what other ones have I missed out. There's always going to be more. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.